Now, this next gentleman, his name is John Searing. I have not met him, but he is a fan of The Tonight Show. Like most shows, we get a lot of mail, but we get a lot of mail from this man. Do we have? These, believe it or not, are some of the letters we have received. These are...
Drawings?
Well, these are Xerox copies that he sends. They have been coming, I guess, for about the better part of the past year. And in all the letters that he has sent us, he had one request. He'll have to explain that. He is from West Caldwell, New Jersey. Would you welcome John Searing? How you doing, John?
Fine, I can't believe it.
Well, you're here. Now you did write, how many letters altogether did you write The Tonight Show?
I guess in the course of the last 7 or 8 months, there was about 800.
Now, the postage alone gets a little severe, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. Your tongue runs a little dry licking the stamps.
Uh-huh. Now, you started sending us letter about once a week for a while.
Yes, it was back in, I guess it was in November last year. I started writing one letter a week, and they started getting a little bit too long, and I wanted to get the attention of someone at the show. So I figured I'd start writing them every day, including the weekends.
Did you ever get an answer? Did you get a form letter or something?
I got a reply, a standard form reply, back in late January.
All right. Now, all of the letters you wrote had the same request. Why don't you tell people what it is?
I wanted to come on the show and just say that here's Johnny.
All right.
You wanted... In other words, you've been listening to Ed's do this for how many years?
I started, let me just compose myself.
That's all right. Okay. That's okay. You're finally here after all this time. You see,
believe it yet.
It paid off.
I started watching the show in 1964 when I was 14.
Mm-hmm.
And my parents would be watching it downstairs. We were in a row home in Philadelphia, and I would be lying on the floor looking down the steps, seeing you doing all your...
Whatever it is I do.
Whatever it is. Yeah. At the time, that didn't come out the way I meant.
That's all right.
And so I got interested in magic through hearing you talk about it with Carson.
Right.
And I would tape record the opening introduction and get in front of a mirror and just pretend I was doing it. I got really wrapped up in the show.
It became an obsession.
More or less, yes.
Now, you're married?
Yes.
What is your wife, and you had children?
3.
We've got some pictures also, I understand.
Oh, boy.
Were these taken at home?
Yes.
You sent some of these along also, didn't you? Showing you what you were going through. Here was the family sitting around the table with your children. I guess, licking envelopes? And
no, there was a table full of Alpo dog food at the time.
Oh, I see.
They weren't actually eating it.
They weren't eating it,
no. But it was anything to get the attention here.
Here's this. Dear John, please let me say it. You had a very aggressive campaign here. Besides that, John. Now, here's one. You look like a mummy or something. You're in... Says, I'll unwrap my daughter.
Oh, wait. My 2 daughters were wrapping themselves up in toilet paper when I came home from work.
They were wrapping themselves up in toilet paper?
I don't know why. I don't know why they were doing it. And I saw the one, and I said, wait a minute, don't take her apart. I got an idea. I want to take her picture. And I guess it was a little bizarre, but...
You got me intrigued now.
Well, I was threatening, not threatening, but politely saying that if someone didn't get a hold of me, I was going to flush her down the Hudson.
All right, now here's one. You're getting desperate, obviously, here. In other words, if you don't get to do this, that's the way you're going to end it all, I guess.
I think your letter came after that saying no.
Oh, okay. Now you're really going all out. A close-up of the suit with my label in it, right?
Yes.
Show that you mean business. Now look at this. I don't know where this building is. That's what's on the building. Karnak. Character we do.
I started working for a new company back in October.
How did your wife take all this? I mean, this obsession.
Well, she thought I was loony to begin with anyway.
Right.
And really didn't do anything to help it, but she was really not very supportive of the things that I did,
I see.
and we eventually divorced. It wasn't... It was not because of the show. She was not supportive of just about anything I wanted to do.
Certainly not the letter writing campaign, huh? Here's one thing. Is your cat is sitting up here threatening suicide to get in the you're going to put your cat in the
Yes.
in the spin cycle or something? Oh, I won't even show that. Although then you even had my picture. And it says, "Please let me say, here's Johnny," right?
Yes, you had. I had undergone a couple back operations back in 1980.
Uh-huh.
And I wrote to you just, telling you that I was a fan, and I asked you for a picture while I was recovering, and that was the,
I sent it out
the
to you.
photo I got.
Well, here you are, and we're ready to do it.
Let me just say one thing, that
Sure.
I did remarry almost 2 years ago. My wife's name is Claire,
Uh-huh.
and we have the children living with us, and she's very supportive, and I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for her help.
Good. Okay, glad to hear it. Now, this is what we call the opening billboard of the show that Ed uses every night. And the way it works, I'll go backstage, just like I'm going to come out and do a monologue. You can go over to Ed's microphone there, and our floor manager, Kevin, will throw you 2 cues.
This is really happening, isn't it?
This is really going to happen. You want to just take a quick look at this before you go over there? Just don't read it out loud, but just so you don't have to do it completely cold. So you'll have a cue for this, and then you'll get a second cue when you say, "Here's Johnny." So you'll do the billboard of the guest, and then get a second cue, and then... Okay?
Go for it.
Go.
Good luck. Good luck.
Okay.
More to elongate here. Elongate.
Okay.
Okay.
So, John, why don't you go out to Ed's mic there? I will go back stage, and like the opening of the show, and John Searing from West Caldwell, New Jersey, will be our announcer. Okay? Kevin will cue you. I'll be out in a second.
From Hollywood, The Tonight Show, starring Johnny Carson. This is John Searing, along with Doc Severinsen and the NBC Orchestra, inviting you to join Johnny and his guests, Danny DeVito, from the San Diego Zoo, Joan Empress, letter writer John Searing, and Adventures in the Kitchen with Doc. And now, ladies and gentlemen, here's Johnny!
Now. Okay, that was pretty good. Very good.
I don't believe it. I really don't. Thank you.
You did that. I think Ed would even agree. You did that very professionally.
Thank you.
You're a good-looking gentleman.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. Congratulations. Your fantasy. Now go and write no more.
I promise.